Good evening. My name is George Moffett. I'm the president of Principia College, and it's my great pleasure to welcome you to this warm intellectual hearth on a cold winter evening. Tonight's event brings together two of my favorite institutions, Principia and the Christian Science Monitor.
The first Monitor Night Live was in 1997. That was the first year that Dr. George Moffett served as president of Principia College, and it is reflective of George as both a historian and a journalist.
The genesis of Monitor Night Live was probably a show on PBS television called Washington Week. This was a show, an hour-long show that aired on Friday night. Kind of the most respected journalists from the best newspapers and media outlets in the country, they would be gathered together with an incredible moderator to discuss those events. Occasionally, a Christian Science Monitor reporter would be invited to be part of that distinguished group. George always felt Christian Science Monitor reporters should be at the very top of the heap because of Mary Baker Eddy's tremendous vision for the Christian Science Monitor.
George had this sense that what print is doing and what the Monitor is doing, they're doing some of the most important activity on the planet. And he wanted it to reflect that importance, and he wanted it to reflect that excellence.
Early in his first year as president, which was 1996, he called and said he wanted to do Monitor Night Live, talked to me about the concept, and asked me to free up a number of members of the staff, which I did. So we agreed that we would provide Gail Chaddock, who was our chief congressional reporter, Peter Greer, sort of our senior Washington big scope writer, Jonathan Landay, our defense correspondent, and Marshall Ingerson, who was then Moscow correspondent and later became editor of the Monitor.
I was a Monitor White House reporter when I was on the panel, and the thing that I remember the most was not so much the event itself, but the rehearsals.
But what I would say to you about working with George on Monitor Night Live, he was a friend, he loved the Monitor, he was not easy on us, that we would go to for a long rehearsal with him, and then he would give us, as they say in the business, notes on what he would like improved.
George was so invested in it, and he'd come to the reporters and say, look, you guys, ratchet this up. Let's be really at the top level of the highest sense of journalism. What a great opportunity. Here you have all these students and opportunity to have them love their newspaper. Let's make this the very best it can be.
And so he held us there for, I think, a few hours in the second rehearsal, making us go over and over our points, and so that they were really tight and really good. And I'm so glad he did, because it made Monitor Night Live better.
To moderate, we're happy to welcome back David Cook. As many of you know, David's journalistic career peaked when, for 1 year, he served as editor of the Principia Pilot.
For that introduction, George, we'll be putting the George Moffett jokes back in our presentation. Just to let you know. We are here because of what you Prince students mean to each of us as individuals and what you mean for the newspaper we love.
There's been a long relationship between Principia and the Monitor. For the Monitor, it gave us an opportunity to connect in person once a year and to hear how students felt about the coverage we were providing and trying to recruit some of them to work at the Monitor.
Monitor Night Live over the past couple of decades has been valuable for the college because it has brought the first-hand experience of the editors and the correspondents of the Christian Science Monitor. And what's really fun is it's the personal connection of being able to interact with these men and women who are out there on the ground as events are happening. That is so absolutely fundamental to what this activity does for the college and for our students.
Our goal was to help students forge a closer connection with one of the most unselfish, outward-facing activities of the Christian Science Church.
I'm wondering what each of you consider the most rewarding part of your work at the Monitor. Thanks.
Being a reporter it's fundamentally about bearing witness to the good that is in others' lives and others' experiences and reflecting that back so that you and I as readers can see that good in the world. And there's such power in that. And I think my sense is George wanted to bring the clarity of that to Principia students, and that he wanted them to see how rewarding and fulfilling and adventurous a life at the Monitor would be.
I thought George was unparalleled in his ability to grasp and eloquently articulate Prince's mission and its potential in serving the cause of Christian Science.
I think George would be absolutely thrilled to know that Monitor Night Live has continued for 21 years. What a tremendous legacy, and just a perfect match between Principia and the Christian Science Monitor. I'm so incredibly grateful that it's continued.
I would just underscore that I thought the world of George. I thought he was an inspirational figure, a man of great character and class. And those of us at the Monitor, we loved him.
We are so grateful for George Moffett's insight in establishing Monitor Night Live and the years that it has helped serve the students of Principia College. We're grateful for everyone who's participated and for the staff of the Monitor for supporting it.
It's my pleasure to welcome you to the stage of Cox Auditorium on the Principia College campus.
We're grateful to have with us tonight John Yema, editor of the Christian Science Monitor.
This is the 16th installment.
Welcome everybody to the 18th Monitor Night Live.
We have with us the editor of the Christian Science Monitor, Mark Sappenfield. And we're so grateful that you're here tonight to join us with the Monitor's Global Report 21 in 21.